I am so glad to have you join us at Young Church with Community Church Warrendon again this week. For the last few weeks, we have been learning about Proverbs. That is a book that King Solomon wrote, and we've learned that he was the wisest man who ever lived. And so there's a lot for us to learn from this book. Our verse for the month of January and February has been Proverbs 3, 5, and 6. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and do not lean on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him and he will direct your path. Proverbs 3, 5, and 6. Let's do that again with the motions. That always helps me. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and do not lean on your own understanding. In all your ways, acknowledge him, and he will direct your path. Proverbs 3, 5, and 6. So last week, we talked about all of the things that Solomon had to say in God's word about your mouth. And I hope that this week you were able to set a guard over it, that you were able to bring life and not death to your conversations, that you were able to say good things, things that were helpful and things that made others feel loved. And if not, try to do that this week, okay? We all want to watch the things that we say and how we say them. This week, we're going to be looking in Proverbs 6. And this is a very interesting thing that Solomon told people to do. He said, go to the ant, O sluggard, that means like a lazy person, and consider her ways and be wise. Without having any chief, officer, or ruler, she prepares her bread in the summer and gathers her food in harvest. And so that is something that's interesting to think about. I don't know if you've ever spent any time watching ants, but they are always very busy little creatures. They're always milling around, doing all kinds of things, often gathering food, and they work very hard. They are hardworking. And so Solomon said, we should pay attention to them. We should try to be like the ants. And hardworking is something that they are. They work very hard to gather food when they can find it during the spring and the summer, so that when it's cold, they have what they need. So they are very hardworking. They are responsible. They take care of what they're supposed to do. Ants have colonies that they live in, and they all have different jobs, and they all do their own jobs very well. And so that is being responsible, is doing what you are supposed to do. And they are disciplined. They take care of what they need to do when they need to do it. They don't put things off. They don't say, oh, I can do that tomorrow. And so they take care of what needs to be taken care of when it needs to be taken care of. And that takes discipline. And so these are some things that we should really be thinking about. We have a picture here of a slug being lazy. And that is not what we want to be. I know a lot of you are doing school at home right now, and that can be super, super hard. It is not the same as going to a school building with all your friends and having your teachers. It is difficult, and it is difficult for your moms and your dads and anybody who is helping you with school. It is difficult. And so I thought that this would be a really good thing for us to think about, of how King Solomon in the book of Proverbs said, take a look at the ants. They are people, they are not people, they are something that we can learn from. And so we want to try this week to be hardworking and responsible, to take care of the things that are our responsibility, the things that we need to do. And we want to be disciplined. We don't want to put off things and say, no, I'll do that later. We want to take care of what needs to be taken care of when it needs to be done. We don't want to be lazy. It's easy to be lazy. It's especially easy to be lazy during lockdown when it's just hard. It really is, guys. It's all really, really hard. But we want to keep working hard and doing what we're supposed to be doing so that when lockdown is over, we are able to go back to school, hopefully, and be ready to learn more and to have not fallen behind. What the ants do is they think about what they will need when the ground is cold and they cannot find the food that they need. So during the warm months, they gather up what they need so that they will be prepared. And that's what we need to be doing right now during lockdown. We need to be working hard at our schoolwork and doing what our parents say so that we will be ready when this is over to go back to school and to learn, to pick up right where we left off when we were there before. So it's really important for us to think forwards and to be ready when the time comes to go back to school. So that's why we have to work hard now while we're at home. So the next time you're tempted to say, "Do I have to do my schoolwork?" remember the ants. And remember that Solomon, who was so very wise, encouraged us people to look at those little creatures and to learn from how hard they work. And we want to be hard workers as well. I hope that you all have a great week, and I will see you next week. Bye.